Hey YouTube, I may have already done my wee What's in the Bag song, but what's in these bags, these are all mine. Going for a bit of a theme this week, so just like, there's a few, I think I managed 7. Yeah, yeah, so, anyone guess what they are yet? There's another one over there, and there's 2 over there, 3 over there not in bags, so I've not seen this guitar for like a year. I don't know. Maybe it's not as long as that. You never know. I always like this gig bag. It's kind of. It just needs. Oh, it's actually got the things for it. I would maybe use that bag. It's got a sleek look to it. So here is. This week is. Westone week. Yes. Daniel was looking for, asked me to look at my Westone Prestige, so I did, and this has been played for ages, and it's still in tune. I can't just plug it in and it'll work. You know, just be insane. Let's give it a go. Yeah, so this was just meant to be an unboxing. I'm actually quite. If this is actually just going to work straight up, I could do. We'll go for the. It's Alexa strings for it, isn't it? I mean, they look pretty horrendous. Oh, volume. It's there somewhere. No, it's okay. One can't expect these things to work immediately. I'm not going to do these as all of them. I forgot how awesome this guitar was. Look at it! Yeah, okay. Obviously it needs a bit of a scraping to get it going. And so I went with a Yellow Submarine theme for this here. I actually bought this Beatles Yellow Submarine strap, which is probably sell, but it's worth money. I think they cost like 40 or 50 quid new, and I paid like a tenner or something second hand. Yeah, so this is. I was in need of some love a little bit. This is a 1982, is it? 83. I tried to do these in order, I've failed. Because I'm pretty sure, I think the Raider might be older than this. So you get your Thunder, which I might do there. I think my Thunder might be a wee bit earlier. It might be an 82, is it? It's an 83 as well. Serial number starts with a 3. Yeah, so there's a Thunder. That's a Thunder bass, obviously. That's one of the Westone week. I've been using this in the Black Sabbath band, and Jen painted this a couple of years before J-Pax existed. Yeah, so the Thunder guitar is kind of like, well, I might as well. I'll just forget all things about age. This is 84, isn't it? This is an 84. So a Thunder guitar is more like this, but a bit more Les Paul-y, although this is a fancier. This is the Prestige, through neck, carved top, 2-point trem, deluxe super binding version of the Thunder. But my point with the Thunder was it was kind of like a Les Paul, whereas this was the Concorde. Although this is more like a Thunder shape. It gets confusing, but it's also a Spectrum shape. Lots to be thought about this. Yeah, so there was originally the Thunder, which was kind of like a Les Paul type idea, but it did Strat sound because it had coil splits. Then they brought out their Stratocaster version, which was the same shape as this bass, which hopefully I'll be able to do at the end of the week, because by that point I'll have made it work, because I've never even heard it. I stole the tuners for this for the wee red bass. I'll get them nabbed back off it. I got annoyed because I set it up to have an active circuit from, it's still sitting about somewhere, an Ibanez Musician bass, and it worked. I put it in a wee pedal and it worked. I put it into the guitar and it didn't work. So this is a slightly different shape. See how it's kind of like a sort of wide at the bottom. The original Concords were this shape. Obviously, I've made this scratch plate and put all these pickups in it. So I want to get this working, because I've never played it. So there, so there's two Westone bases, but then again 83. So that was just that doesn't have a date on it, does it? It does 82. So 82 and 83. The Concord became this shape, which is more but not quite like Thunder shaped. But you've got a 25.5 inch scale, a Strat type trim, and this is the H2 for having two humbuckers. There are single coil versions of this, two single coils, and there's ones with scratch plates. This is the one that doesn't have a scratch plate. One of the coolest ones, only came in two colours, red and black. This one was red. Yes, so that's 4 Westones I've gone through so far. Yeah, so what's this one? No, that's it. Well, this is the other one that might actually be an early one. This is a classic. Somebody's, I just need to have a look at them and see whether I decide whether they're right the way they are. I mean, can you guess what it is yet? I'm assuming it is. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the Mighty Raider, which is I've actually gigged this. I put a DiMarzio Super Distortion in it. It's certainly got an interesting headstock. Kind of reminds me of a boot or something like that, like a stiletto pointed toe or something. But yeah, so we've got glittery thing with DiMarzio Super Distortion. At one point this has had a different trem in it, but it's gone back. So they're just kind of in tune. But I forgot the best bit about this is the fact the neck's like that as well. This doesn't have a serial number on it, so it's like an early one. I think it's 82. This one, only made for a year like this. There is a base version which I don't have. I've seen it a couple of times. When I bought this one, there was a base version that was this comes in 3 colours, or the Mad Sparkly one comes in 3 colours. You can get like a turquoise and yellow and a red, a sort of orange and yellow one, and it was a turquoise and yellow base. Was on got a YouTube eBay for ages for like 250 quid, and if it just been 150 I would have bought it, but I didn't, thinking I would eventually see one. I'll eventually find one. Not that I really need a Raider base. Also used by the young ones, or used by the Damned on the young ones. As guys played one of these. It should have a black pickup. I don't think I ever had the original pickup with this. I got it as like a shell. Didn't have a bridge or a pickup. I just sort of thought, oh my god, or a case. Getting a case for it I figured was a great move. Yep, so we're getting on. What's this one? See, the thing is, I don't have any common Westones. Like, okay, I've got that Thunder, but that was the last thing. That was the last one I got. And I was like, oh, Thunder. Everyone, they're Thunders and Spectrums. So I've got that Thunder, but I've also got this Spectrum, which is nuts. I paid too much for this, to the point of it cost the same. It cost like about a tenner less than the one with the other matching colour. So these are both 84. This was the colour scheme in 84. This one is available in this colour, but this one's but this one isn't. But this one isn't available in this colour. So that's the only rose pink model. But they also did a blue one, and I thought, oh, the blue one looks cool as well. You're sitting there going, I wouldn't have this. I wouldn't have the pair though, because they're both the same guitar, and it's like pair. Oh, there's this one, which only the only other guitar they do that comes in this colour. So this is very, very early Super Strat 84. This is also, no, it's not. This is a Spectrum 3. Right. So in 83, where's the yellow guitar? You notice any similarities between these two models? Being like, it's the same guitar. Slight difference. This one obviously has. So that's an H2. It would have been called a Spectrum 2 with the 2 humbuckers in it like this in 1984, and this would have been called a Concord something 3, because I don't know, it might have had 3 single coils in it. But 84 is damn early for HSH layout or HSS as a production guitar. I'm still thinking that Westone may have been the first major manufacturer to do that. To have, because I mean, it's like Steve Vai thing was thought of. He's kind of credited with the HSH. There's years before this Steve Vai, or 3 years before Steve Vai's. It does. They do sometimes often have crazy wiring in them. This one's got 2 push pulls, so it's got a 5-way switch, and one of these will turn on the middle pickup, and the other one will be phase of the middle pickup. I think it'll cost, but I don't know. I need to have a proper look at it again. I just bought this one. It was like as I was saying with the Raider, when there was that bass that was sitting on eBay, and this one just popped up on eBay like a week later, and it was like, and I paid kind of the same for them, and that one's actually twice the price in the original catalogue. Yeah, so this is a Spectrum, but not a Spectrum series. In 1985 there was a Spectrum series which were a different shape. This is a Concord version 2 Spectrum 3. There's also a Spectrum 2 series which came out after the Spectrums. This only came out this year. Also, it was ones in this range that were available in. I'm saying this might be one of the first HSH guitars. There's actually an SHS one of these as well, or in a similar range. Might not be this exact range. It might be like the Gibson range, and this is the Fendery one. So this is a 25.5 inch scale and a 2-point Strati trem. Actually, the same trem that's in the other one, a Bendmaster. And don't be fooled by these things. If you see it in one of these guitars from Japan, it's made of solid metal and it'll last forever. If it's in a BC Rich or a Honor or pretty much any other company and it's from Korea, it'll be made out of the same mould as this, but not using metal. They used shite to make it, so they're not worth it. Yeah, so I mean, I like this. This kind of goes with that era of guitar, doesn't it? I'm not really. I think I should probably have that. It might actually look a bit better if I close that. Stop the daylight getting in. Actually get to see the colour of it. Not really. It's just it's sparkly blue. The painted headstock, same headstock as the Concord, because you could. Westtones are fun. The thing is, they're really good guitars. I remember doing a video and it was like, this is the best cheap guitar you can get, and you don't get them cheap anymore. Even the Spectrums and stuff are coming in at 200-300 quid, and it's like, I don't know, these sort of. When I was buying these in, you were picking up. I certainly bought a couple of Spectrums and stuff like that for like 40-50 quid with pickups missing and very dirty sort of thing. So I don't know what all of these must be worth more than the Spectrums then. So here we've got this is 86. So this is actually got quite a nice white leather strap. So this is the Status Quo guitar. Yeah, it's a little bit spanky, but the strings on it are ancient. It's got there's my third DiMarzio Super Distortion. I've owned 3 original DiMarzio Super Distortions, and you can see them all right now. As in, there's one in the Kraken behind me, one in this, and one in this. Not sure whether this or that it's the right pickup for it. That's one of the things I'm going to do this week. I'm going to clean all these up, maybe restring them or try and scrape the strings or get them playing. This is a mad one. So this I bought as a husk, so it's really only the body and the neck that are original. Also the pickup is in the Prestige, so it did have the MMK45 pickup in it, but I put this DiMarzio Super Distortion in it. This is a weird one, so it's kind of like a Telly. They made a whole series. This is a Clipper 6, like VI, as in Rocky 6. And this one, the one with one pickup and the sort of 3-a-side headstock, is Matsumoku product. The other ones in the range are when they moved to Korea. Even though we're out at the same time, you got ones that had more like a pointy head, more like the Pantera, which I'll show you in a second. And they had like HSH and more normal layouts. This one had, obviously this is just a Chinese bridge. It's actually not survived very well. It's quite dirty. And it's through strung from the back. Had to make the back cover. I even bought a genuine Matsumoku product neck plate. When I got the guy was adamant. So no, I remember it saying Matsumoku on it. I just can't find it. I mean, I only paid £30 for the guitar. And he was adamant. So I looked him up on eBay, and it was like, folks selling £30 for it. And I was like, I'm not doing that. And then the following day, it's like, you looked at this, so would you be interested in this? And it was like someone else selling one, and it was like £2.50 plus £1 postage. And it's like, yeah, I can do that. Because it is a Matsumoku guitar. And they only made them for 1 year in 86, so. Or is it 87? I think it's 86. So, and it's not the only one that's got this pickup in it, but it's kind of bizarre because the way these are originally wired is 2 single coils in parallel, so it doesn't even have a humbucker in it, and you've got an on-off switch for each coil. So you could basically have that coil, or both the coils in series. So it didn't even do, not in series, in parallel, so it didn't even do humbucker. So I've obviously wired this one in a humbucker with an on-off for each switch. So I still think I ruined this guitar by putting different tuners on it. I had cheapy black Chinese ones, and I swapped them with a guitar that I bought and sold that had these Grovers on it, and it's totally flung the balance of the guitar. It's never been the same since. That's even though I've got this big strap on it. It's such a light and simple guitar. I'm going to have to put on like intentionally cheaper tuners because these are just too heavy for this guitar. So I can feel it right now. It's one of those things you sit in the shower or something at some point in the last 5 years, sitting there thinking, maybe that's what's wrong with those. But that's something to do with that, but it definitely, yeah. But cool, so there's only one more to go for Washburn week. Okay, it's still managed to be 20 minutes, a good Monday video. This one, I've got to just have to sell it. I'm actually wearing the right t-shirt for it. Original Westone case. This is special. I don't know if it's one of those ones that I dig out and I can't decide. I mean, it's amazing. Look at it. The pink Pantera, and it was actually the first guitar that I thought that reminded me of. First time I saw it, because it's got this. See, it's kind of. I mean, this is an attempt at making the best guitar in the world. I don't know why I've never quite got on with it. I don't know why. And it's got a big Floyd Rossi type thing on it. Like a big one. A Bendmaster Deluxe. It's got rollers on it. It's kind of half Floyd Rose, half like Kahler. It looks quite simple. It doesn't have the Floyd Rose nut on it, so it's not licensed. Yeah, so I mean I'm wearing the wrong t-shirt to be showing this off, clearly, because this is but it's pearl pink. I don't know, it's not really showing up. Should get better lights. It's the most amazing colour. I did actually have 2 of these. I bought 2 as a job lot, and then I swapped. Wayne's got the better one. Well, this one, the other one was better. This one, the headstock's kind of. I've tried using T-cut on it, but it's kind of sun faded or something like that, so it looks a bit shit, which is really annoying. But so this is the second best of the 2 Panteras, but this one was also pink. The other one had a tone control. This has just got a volume. Oh, a coil split as well. 5-way pickup. I think maybe. I'm not a fan of painted necks. Well, painted black necks. I think maybe it's because it reminds me of my first bass, which was actually a Westone Spectrum, and I hated it. There's something about painted black neck. I can handle when it's painted another colour, but I don't know. It's quite an evil looking guitar. It's quite evil, but it's quite weird the way it's pink. It also looks dead long and thin, doesn't it? It's kind of like a woman. Well, you know the Pink Floyd poster that came out when they were remastering or something like that. And it was like 3 naked girls sitting on the side of a swimming pool, like with their backs with the album covers drawn on it. It's like a woman sitting on the edge of a swimming pool, isn't it? Kind of looking away from you. It's kind of quite bummy and wasty. But yeah, I need to give this guitar a proper run. So maybe that's what West Tone Week's all about. I'll get all these working and then decide whether I should have to sell some of them. They don't get played enough. I've got too many guitars. What's the point in having a collection? I'm not even in a band. I need to get in a band so I can play these things. The problem is that, see, I did something by putting Elixir strings on guitars. That kind of made it almost possible to have all these guitars so you could pick them up and play them. That's fine for a couple of years, but then the strings go off. So even just to keep them playing, you know what I mean, to do this week, it's going to cost me. You know, I'm going to try and get away with just wire ruling the strings, try to make them play. There's definitely something spanky going on with this as well. But when the strings are this old, the guitar can be doing anything. Once the string gets old, it might be kinked or bent, or the string's rusty. I've had it before where, you know, some strings just don't make any noise. It's like your da 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 da. But you see, the strings are that old, they just don't make any noise. This is quite an appalling thing, isn't it? The possibility of J-Packs and stuff like that. So just, there's something about white guitars that just work for me. There's also a poster of Status Quo holding these. They've obviously got, they agreed to be in a photo shoot for a couple of grand or a pile of coke or something like that, whatever it was. They got the West Tone guitars and they've obviously both gone, that one looks a bit like a telly, I'll play that one. Never actually seen them play it though. Anyway, so welcome to West Tone Week, and let's all talk about West Tones. Rock on!